benefited. And let them also tell the true story, how much Gambia is contributing to the Commonwealth annually. Compared to what we get from the Commonwealth, it doesn't balance. Do you understand? If I have to spend, give you, let's say, 8 million for an institution that belongs to both of us, or for the business. And every year what I get from, every year, annually 8 million, and annually what I get from it is less than $1 million. Who is benefiting and who is losing? So, how do we counter that? We also have a saying that if the dogs are barking in a village at night, and you are the head of a household or a compound head, and you want to know what each dog is barking about, in the morning the dogs go to sleep because they have nothing to do, and you realize that you cannot go do anything to go and feed your family, or you cannot go to the farm because you are sleepy. So, if you really want to do something positive, you have to ignore certain things. After all, who am I to believe that everybody will love me? When the same people that are saying all sorts of bad things about me are the same people that today deny God. You are more likely to be arrested for worshiping God than for kissing another woman. Now, be it in the Quran, be it in the Bible, God said that that's forbidden to humanity. And they said that's legal. In a particular Western country, you wear any symbol of a religion in public, you are prosecuted for that. That's not a violation of human rights. Freedom of worship is not a human right. But freedom of denying God and abominable action, that is a man sleeping with a man, that's a human right. What I'm saying is, for them it's okay. For me it's not okay. Because we Africans don't know that. And who the hell are they to tell us that we should accept whatever they think they prescribe to be a human right? Who are they? The only authority is God. God has prescribed how we should live in this world for Muslims and Christians. For the Christians, we have the Holy Bible, and for the Muslims, we have the Quran. So what is taboo and what is not taboo, what is a right and what is not a right, it can only be derived from the Quran or the Bible. Because anything other than that, you are moving away from God. So, you see that anything that is religious is taboo. Anything that is evil is legal. We Africans have to, and we say we are independent, Republic of the Gambia. And we have to be told by some British faggot that, oh, we have to, this is a violation of human rights. In fact, they call them minorities. Yes. Minority. When has homosexual become a minority anywhere? In fact, when has the world accepted homosexuals? If countries are led by homosexuals, that's their business, but not the Gambia. So, if they think it is right, let them practice it there, but not here in the Gambia. Do you understand? And how many times are Africans being killed in the streets of London and other Western countries by neo-Nazis and far-right or BNP? And those people have never been called terrorists. They have never been arrested and prosecuted. Just today I saw they're taking somebody in Britain to court for something. But they have done things with impunity. An African is stabbed in London. It's like a dog killed in the subway. But if a white guy dies believing that a Jamaican or somebody killed him, a Gambian black killed him, they will get the killer. But when an African is killed, a black is killed, the killers cannot be. When an African dies at the hands of the British police, it's not an issue. But a white guy dies in a black neighborhood, that's a big issue. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, but we African leaders also are seeing all this, and then we go to London or go to somewhere else and say, yes, yes, and then they organize a demonstration for you. Yeah, this is normal.
And they'll get the funding for it.
What funding? Now, tell me one African country that has developed today thanks to the West. Tell me. With all their natural resources, we have some countries that have been working with them. They are so-called allies. If they don't take from you, they don't give you. And it is, you're asking for trouble if you don't want to give it to them the way they want it. And I will not do that. And I love one title, you know, dictator.
Yes, I was going to ask, are you?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I'm a dictator of development. A dictator of progress. And a dictator that will not be dictated to by outsiders. But in the Gambia, I'm a servant of the people. So, we have developed, we have come a long way. We still have a long way to go. But we counted only on God and other countries that recognize the fact that we are human beings and that we are a sovereign country and that we should be respected. 99% of the infrastructural projects here, none of them is given gratis. 99%. We have built it, built the infrastructure, we built this country, we took it from a stone age. If you look at the Gambia is divided into two by the River Gambia. The north bank of the River Gambia had never had a highway. Today they have the best highway. Let me tell you one thing. But I don't know whether I should tell you this.
Yes, please.
You know that 70% of rural Gambia is electrified? 75%?
75%.
Rural Gambia. And 90% of rural Gambia have potable water.
And those are the stories that we don't get to hear.
No, they will not want you to hear that.
We hear more on the gay rights, the executions, and this is why I'm saying. Yeah.
There was a country that have taken that gathered up an entire group of people to a highway in plain in broad daylight and shot them because they belong to some what they call terrorist organization without trial. Nobody said anything. They say, oh yeah, they are fighting terror. They execute people on a daily basis. Nobody is saying anything. They kill people, even young people have been killed in this particular country. Nobody is saying anything. But Gambia, people, we executed murderers and we're going to execute more, even if the sky is to explode. Now, if they abolish the death penalty, that doesn't mean that they should impose that on Gambia or third world countries. But one thing that Africans have to understand is that there are people are migrating to Africa. And so they don't want those people to be one day convicted and sentenced to death and hung in Africa, because it will be taboo for a black man to hang a white man, when they were very happy to hang black men in their own countries.
Put it in the current issue. Just on the capital punishment and the lynching that happened in America,
Lynching, they have been hanging people even in Africa during the colonial era. You will not read any history, true history of Africa where the king orders someone to be hanged. The idea of the death penalty, they brought it. In those days, you pay in kind, the number of goats or the number of days that you have to pay for the offense that you have committed or communal work. There wasn't anything like prison. The only time somebody is killed is when we fight against each other. When the different kingdoms fight against each other or different tribes clash. So the idea of prison, in your local language, do you have the word indigenous word prison? No. They say, oh, yes, it's cruel and unusual punishment.
It happens in Texas.
What will be more cruel than arresting an African in Africa.